Alright, let's make the bottom. Wish I remember how I did this last time. Holy crap. But believe it or not, we're done with the whole 3-point thing. We legitimately have to do this a different way now. Because anything else would be a complete waste. That section right there, I'll cut into that later. Blender's secrets used the knife tool to do it, but that resulted in non-quads. We want the geometry as, well, I don't know how to say it except a guy from Blender art, as quad as possible. Trying to remember what I did last time that did the trick. What exactly did I do? Right, I started here. I'm going to add a vertex right there. Don't worry, I'll move that later. In fact, I'll just... Contrary to what I've been doing up to this point, I'm just going to jump straight over here. And then I will subdivide that manually later. Now you see what I'm doing here, so select the inverse and hide it. Do not delete, just hide it. If you don't feel like jumping over or scrolling for an eternity just to reach a certain part in a certain view, press the period button on the numpad, not the main keyboard, the numpad. Remember, the main keyboard has a period that raises a pie menu. You want the period, you want the dot on the numpad that does something completely different. I know I've said that. Kinda wishing I didn't say that, though. Didn't know how else to phrase it. At that point, I don't know how creepy that would sound anyway. I'll try to rephrase myself better for next time. Come to think of it, that was just one method of doing it. There was another method I could use instead. And that's what I'm going to show too, as a matter of fact. The way I did it the first time is completely different from how I'm doing it right now, and that kind of upsets me. We need equal geometry over here. We don't have that right now. Let's fix that. Alt select. Also alt select. And this time we're going to press F. But that isn't good. We have to undo that right now. Because as I look at it, it did not give us the amount of phases we needed. So we can do that by using Control F in grid filling instead. Not connected by wire boundaries. Well, this is bad. There's another way out of this. I've run into a problem here. The car is coming out fine so far, even with the subdivision turned on. But it's the method I'm using that's the problem here. It's different from how I did it before, the way I got there. Last time I stumbled right into it. This time this is not the case. I'm gonna raise this above the light so I can make the light separate later. This time, different things are going wrong, making me wish I'd recorded it sooner. Recorded at that time. If I press Control R, I can add a loop cut. I'm going to do this so I can shape the geometry to fit what I want. To fit as I want. Through that loop cut menu, I could scroll the mouse wheel to make as many loop cuts as I want. That was a glitch if I've ever seen one. Okay. So we're gonna have to do this a different way. We're gonna have to Alt select. Extrude on the Z-axis and scale Z 0. Then grab it on the Z-axis and align it. And start moving vertices. This might mean a little bit more work, but in the long run, it'll save us a little bit of trouble. Let's start loop cutting right about there. When you left click the first time, it's left click for me. You can move it around. When you left click the second time, it it stays right where you put it. If you don't, if you right click out of it, it goes right back to the center, the middle. Now, we want to select this edge here, then Control I to inverse select and hide everything there. Why? We're focusing on what's right here, what's right in front of us. I can't believe that Blender's secrets, even with how general he was being with the information, how non-specific, non-elaborate, that I managed to pull off what I did last time, even though it's still not finished. The main car is done. It's just I need to add tires to it. When you try to make a loop cut between just two vertices, it will result in a loop cut and slide. Oh no, I was afraid of that. Alt H, because it also means that things that are hidden can't be selected or interacted with. So what I want to do is Control R right about here to make sure I get an even number of vertices right there. This tutorial is basically botched, but I'm going to try again until I get it right. I did say to work on the back. So let's do that. Let's head over here first. I'm adding loop cuts as I go along and increasing the geometry, but also enabling myself to improve the details. And I want it right about there. Okay, well, we need it back, so let's get it back. We have a rear bumper, so let's try this. Select this edge here. I saved in case I mess this up, so I can edit over it later. These aren't enough vertices to work with, but they'll be enough to start with. Loop cut there on purpose to do this. I'm going to vertex slide here. You've seen it. It's not going to work. It's going straight down the middle too, which means I can pull this off, get the rest of the bumper down there. Between these, how many do I need? If I grab twice, you'll get that yellow line. It's a slide. It's a vertex slide. It means you don't move it around. You move it along the edge. I did it that way so I could tell how many loop cuts I need a little later on when I finish this part. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Between here and the bottom, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. That's doable. But as you can see, it's not feasible yet because we still need to work on the front light. So we'll wait to do that until we finish up with the back here. We need a single loop cut here. That's a little more possible. That's a little easier to work with. These two edges here, we can press F to make a face, or in this case, an edge. The bottom vertices here, same thing. F to make an edge. I'm using this view as a makeshift back view. Raise it up just a little to match what we see here. Doesn't interfere too much with what I'm going to do with the window. Heck. I moved something. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice. Thankfully, it was a small one. Thankfully, it was small, and I could just escape it. As you might have guessed, we're going to join these two vertices. $11? Holy crap, that's insane. Let's try 2 first in order to get these bumpers going. Won't interfere with the light. Okay, that's all I care about. It became tougher when I realized that I was doing this a different way than I did last time. It became much tougher that way. But the idea is, at this point, to just add geometry as you're going along. Holy crap, that's a try? It's a try right there. Oh no, 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 we can't have that. We can make that a quad shortly. But let's work on the light problem here. Box select, so I don't have to see any of this stuff later. And now we have just geometry we need. Alt H before I add the loop cut, and to make sure it doesn't affect me, it doesn't fail to affect the geometry I'm looking at. this is coming out a little differently than intended because I I can't I can't get over the how I managed to do this completely different from last time. It's all because I scaled things down and use a different process. I need to put it right there. It's not in the hidden geometry here. That, however, is okay. Now that I got that going, we can probably work on the trunk right now. Trunk. The hood. We just did the trunk. What am I saying? Blender Secrets never explain what to do in case of overlapping geometry. I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. I could just extrude that and shape it later. But no, that's not gonna work either. Matching vertices here. I failed to match vertices now. Let's see what we've got here. That connects. So does that. And that. So we have a bunch of we have a triad can turn into a quad later. Now from the bottom here, the rest needs a bunch of loop cuts. So Alt H jump, Alt H, not H, and start counting. 1, 2. And that solves that problem there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the front is ready to happen now too. And as long as we got the lights possible here, lights very, very possible. My keyboard is not cooperating right now. Hey, what the heck? That's wrong. I can't be the only one seeing that. There's supposed to be a vertex there. So what's with the geometry then? Oh, I think I see what's going on. It's connecting from behind. And now I remember why. When you have two or more vertices, edges, or faces that are already part of a face, and you press F, they will try to connect some other way. This will result in non-intersect geometry when you loop couple later in this case. So how do you fix this? With J, and now they're connected on the outside this time. And now we've got some vertices going here, specifically where I want. So we've got what's practically an unavoidable try. Practically. We could try to fix it, but we'd be wasting our time doing that. It's a waste of time. We don't want to, we don't have to. Meanwhile, back over here, we have some potential n-gons that need to be not n-gons right now. Look at how all those verses converge at a single point there. That's insane. And all because I created a try right there. So let's play along with this. What if I do this first? The geometry becomes a little more reasonable, that's what. And instead it merges at that point. Oops, selected more than I needed to. One, two, three, four. Oh boy. But you see where this is going, right? The geometry is slowly increasing in amount. Let's look at subdivision mode. You can press this button to turn off the overlays and see how the car looks overall. It's looking kind of really questionable with the geometry because we haven't normalized everything yet. Let's do that. Normal's being recalculated, not much changed. What's going on? Probably just needs more geometry over on the vertical side of things. We're going to do that right now. Just as soon as I confirm where this light's going to go. I don't need to add geometry, do I? Oh yeah, I do. Just the correct orientation. The loop cut spans to prevent myself from creating n-gons in an attempt to create geometry I'm looking for. Just making sure I'm not hallucinating. That's right down the middle. That's variable. I'm beginning to... I think I need to redo this, or just do a summary to make this tutorial a little bit more beginner-friendly at this point. Because that's the only thing, that's the only part where this whole thing fails, it falls apart. It's not beginner-friendly. Okay, let's start with the merging process here. We need to start making faces in order to get somewhere in life. Press 2 to 1, 2, 3. Ah, 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 ah. Three different modes. Ah, ah, ah. We want the face. We want the edge mode right now. Three different edit modes. 3 different modes. Let me try it again. Three different geometry select modes. Ah, ah, ah. Alright, now I got that out of my system. We need to... Hey, this... What do you mean it doesn't exist? Oh. I thought I was hallucinating for a moment. Okay, I'm not. Oh no. Oh no. Where? Where is this edge? Okay, it's subdivision messing with me, so I need to just... We will get to this problem in just a moment. Over on the front side, we need to fill faces in here. Even if some of them might be tries. Okay, back in top view, we need to start... Wait. Vertex select mode. You are about to become a quad. We're going to do this one loop cut at a time. If you hold control while you mill mouse, you can zoom in a little more easily. Hey, I'm doing that outside the fourth window. What the heck? That's a gesture. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was afraid of this. I can't cut into this all the way through. Because it's a try, not a quad. But that's okay, because we have a solution for this. Oh my goodness, it's not going to let me use that solution. I'm worried. How awkward this is going to get very quickly. I don't have a choice, it's knife time. Press K to use a knife. Hold shift to snap to the middle. I'm going to left click here. Go all the way to the bottom. Left click again and hit enter to confirm the cut. Why am I doing this? So it doesn't avoid the fact that this was a try and punish me for it. I'm just gonna have to stick with the fact that it's a try for the rest of time, and press J to join those two vertices right there. Then I'm going to take that line of vertices and pull them forward. Not yet. Nope. Needs one more. Again, I'm going up here because it's easier. That's what I get for making tries, and that's why I tried to avoid it, but I couldn't at the end. Okay. Then one more for good measure. No, escape to cancel that. There we go. There, that's a little better. The bottom part's the bumper, so that's the part I need to focus on right now. At this point, just working on the basic shape of the car. The appearance will come later. select multiple, scale on the x-axis to scale to move the other way, basically. Then vertex, slide it right over. Do the same to these vertices here.